Hey, Tony Gas here. So back to what I was saying about this. This right here is why I don't stamp people. Like, I promote my students and I promote, my clients. So we got an interview series that I'm gonna be interviewing different students from Tony Gass's Academy who have a product or a service that they promoting, and you're gonna see different type of people, and that'll be the same level of risk that a podcaster takes. And that's a stretch for me, but guess what? If somebody turn out to be a crook, like the gentleman Jay Morrison that they talking about, saying that he stole their money, I'm gonna be the first one on the front line. If I snap that person, I'm gonna be the first one on the front line snitching. Yeah. So yeah, listen. I apologize. I told you about such and such. He or she is a scammer, is a fraudster. Do everything in your power to get your money back. File a complaint, Better Business Bureau, call the police, file a civil lawsuit if you got the money. I'm gonna be the first one out there. But that right there, because a lot of people, they think that I'm arrogant. I remember the manager for a top speaker, they used to want to partner with me and do something, do like a cruise or do different things. And I'm just like, what the point of doing a cruise? Now, I might do a cruise one day by myself with my audience, but they wanted the woman audience. They were like, man, you got all these women following you. They wanted to tap into that. But it's like, if God ain't called you to it, then just stay where you at. Stay over there with the all-male audience. If God didn't call you to it because you're saying the name of God, and God know he can't trust you with these women. So that's why he ain't call you to it. Now, see, God called me to it, but guess what? I ain't sleeping with these women. These women know about my wife. Every woman who follow me knows about Cherie Gaskin. And if you go to my page, you hear me talking about Cherie. If you go to my page, you gonna see Cherie. You gonna see she don't look like she been beat with a stick. You gonna see she put together. She took care of. I take care of her. I take care of her. Hair, nails, skin, clothes, jewelry. My wife don't have to work nobody's job, and I make sure she took care of her. So guess what? The women who follow me, support me, they know Tony married, and he ain't checking for me. They know if they do a session with me, oh, I did a session with Tony, he ain't checking for me. This dog, big old husky dog, barking at these little bitty dog like he want to attack him. He ain't finna go nowhere. And they barking at the dog like they could do something. Dog licking his lips on him. Dog say, man, I going in. Chew y'all to pieces. They barking at the dog like they big and bad. And they know. They already know. Yeah, Tony, he ain't studying me. I seen how Cherie Gaskin be stepping out that house. And guess what? Don't no women try me. But that's the thing. I don't like stamping people because a lot of times, anytime I done brought men around my audience, they go to acting funny. They don't know how to act around women. They don't know how to behave around women. And see, me, I grew up out there. I grew up dealing with women. I grew up out there, I'm doing things. So when I see a woman, okay, all right, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, that don't impress me. It ain't nothing to it. And see, this the thing. People be stamping people, but and this is what I try to tell you, birds of a feather flock together. I had a client. She was like, well, who do you approve of? Because every name I say, you like, no. And you know why? Because I'm a man. I could see a man. I could see a man. I say, well, such ain't did nothing. Like such it seemed like he on the right path, doing the right thing. But I said, honestly, outside of that, that's all I really could think of that I feel somewhat halfway decent by. Because, and it just ain't gonna be common. Like, it's not gonna be on a mainstream level. Because you got to realize with the mainstream, that come money, that come fame, that come notoriety. A lot of people gonna get turned out by that money, that fame, that notoriety. So God really ain't gonna have no whole bunch of voices because of the love of money. And so now this man done ran off with them people money. Now they say he preaching. Now they say he trying to, and a pastor, and that let me know, if our pastor let this man get in their pulpit and he ain't tried to make this thing right with these people money, that let me know that pastor don't have discernment. That let me know I got to leave that pastor church. It ain't about judging the man. You ain't got to judge him, but let him sit down. Let him sit down and get a word. Don't let somebody who has shown narcissistic tendencies of being on the street corner, doing all this talking, and out here doing all this talking, don't let that person who is known to be a talker and love to listen to themselves talk, you don't let that person walk in your church and get in the pulpit. At no point in time, they got to go start their own church. You ain't finna come in here and you might be renewed by Christ, but you renew right in that pew. Renew in the pew. You're not getting in my pulpit that God done gave me when you $11 million, $15 million up, and these people ain't got nothing. No, brother. No, it's a standard that you got to live to get in that pulpit. And it is a bollywop pastor that got this man in their pulpit. I seen a video of the man up there preaching. I'm like, oh my goodness, this man ain't even got through a case yet with the money. Oh, it finna be on. Listen, we living in the day and time. I'm finna check and see if American Greed still going. If it's not still going, I'm finna talk to the production company and I'm finna bring it back. If I got to raise the funds for it, I'm bringing that American Greed back because I love that. I think it's still going though. I love that series there. That thing keep me on the straight and narrow. You hear me? That thing keep me on the straight and narrow. But this situation with Jay Morrison and with his wife, I feel bad for her, but maybe she's an accomplice in the sense of, you know, where's the discernment? You know, as a woman supposed to have discernment now. So I'm like, she don't look like a scammer. She don't really give scammer vibes, but what she give is down home country loving. She give that struggle love. If I'm in it, I'm in it. If I love you, I love you. Come hell, rain, sleet, or snow. If I love you, I love you. She get that right there. That's what she got, one of them old Negro spiritual faces. Not in no bad way, but just like strong black woman. Just look like, you know, strong black woman that stand by her man. And it's one of them things of like, people get shamed. You know, black women get shamed for not standing by their man. But it's like, if your man ain't standing by God, then you ain't got to stand by him. Ain't no ride or die. It's ride and live. And if you riding and it look like we about to die, let me out right here. And if you won't let me out, I'm finna unlock this door. And if you got me on the child lock, I'm letting the window down. If the child lock on the window, I'm busting the window. And I'm gonna get these few cuts, and I'm finna hit the hill ground, get my little concussion, get me some scratches, but I'm getting up out of here. And I'm going about my business. you could go on where you going. And we got to stop normalizing struggle love. We got to stop normalizing going through hell and hot water for a relationship, male or female, man or woman. It don't matter. We got to stop normalizing it. Listen, if my wife take a stupid pill, I'm gonna turn her over to the Lord. Lord, all right, here's your daughter. Got to go. Got to go. Ain't nobody finna turn me out. You been turning me out like Solomon with all the concubines and around all these different gods. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing all that. And so that's the thing. It's like, listen. We, and it's sad because this a blight, man. Now, American greed is full of white men. It is full of white men. They got a handful of black men. This don't oftentimes happen with black guys on this level, but it's sad, man. This the first major, viral fund. This is a viral fund, and this thing could have been done right. But see, the thing about it is when he did it, he was broke. He was broke. And he wasn't successful himself. He was successful in following, but he didn't have a real estate portfolio that was feeding himself and feeding his family. So he needed this money to live. And this money just was a play for him that made him rich. And he thought he was going to be able to do a couple of deals and then write it off as the risk when you invest in a real estate fund. And no, that ain't how it go. That ain't how it go. And I feel like a woman, if you cry enough, if you talk fast enough, if you explain the market wasn't there, we did right, we didn't buy 3 Lamborghinis, we just did normal living, we gave our best effort, baby. And then you eat that Cuda Bell, and you kissing in the mouth, you rubbing feet, you crying out, you praying, you up there praying, she wake up, you read your Bible, the Bible upside down, you ain't even reading nothing, but she just see the Bible open and she don't come over there to see that it's upside down because she don't want to interrupt your intimate time with the Lord. You can finesse a woman. And I feel bad for this sister. And I think she don't want the backlash of running off on him while he going through this. I think she may fear people saying, oh, kick him while he down. Oh, you were dealt for all the money and now you want to get out of there. I think she may fear that. And I mean, it's the truth. She was there for all the money. She was there. And that's one thing about my wife. She will spend me raggedy, meaning she'll spend every dime. But one thing she won't do is let me get in no bad business. And she was talking about that today. We were talking about business. We were talking about business deals. We were talking about different deals that guys do. And we were talking about this one particular deal. There was one particular guy, there's a deal that he did. And she was like, that right there is a sign of a man who don't have a wife that'll say that don't make no sense, or a man who won't let his wife say that. And I say, you sure enough right. And cause she just called like it, like with my sports agency, she said, yeah, let's do it, that sound good, let's knock it, let's do it, let's make it happen. But other stuff, she's like, nah, that don't sound good, nah. And I be wanting to hate, like, oh, she hating on my dreams. She don't want to see me be great. She hating on, but when I really think about it, I say, yeah, she right. She got it. But hey, God bless y'all. My son that got done. I'm going to have to charge this tutor because she let him out a couple minutes early. I need to give him a little rebate, man. Paid for an hour and a half. But, hey, God bless you, and we'll talk soon.